Ta-da!
Well, welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. This goal has been on my list for so long, and honestly, I'm intimidated by it. I am. I want to do it. I want to do it right. I want to be able to enjoy it. But I've never done anything like it before, and if I mess it up bad, there could be some serious implications. You want to say hi? Alright. So, the gas heater just shut off. We run the gas heater off of natural gas. And what I want to do is heat with wood. I can't make my own natural gas right now, but I can make my own firewood, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do. In this corner here, I've cleared out. This is where I want to put in our wood stove. We've got a wood stove. It needs a little bit of work. I've got a lot of resources that I've had for years, over a year at least. And it's time to come. What we're going to do is pretty much, if you can see across this building, there's fake stone behind the oven. And I'm going to use real stone back here. I've got a plan. It's been a long time coming, but this is the corner we're dealing with. Here's the before. And she's vacuuming crackers with a paint roller. Baby, that's going to make more crackers. That's not going to pick them up. Oh, she jumps right on that though. Thank you. Keep going, keep going. You almost got them all. There's a couple more by the wall.
I got a little needle under the couch.
Oh, that's dangerous. One last before. We'll see what comes of it. Get the other one first. You can pull it up. And lay it on the couch. So at this point, we've also taken off all the transitional pieces around here. Once I get the wood and the wood stove in, or sorry, the stone and the wood stove in, I'm going to do a bunch of this other stuff in wood. So all that'll eventually be coming off anyway. But there we go. So getting some things ready. What we do have is kind of a map of the size of our wood stove, including where the pipe is for the exhaust. Got some of this Durock I'm starting with, planning some of this stuff, and then because of how far it's going to come out and because of some things with this remodel, I actually just had the extra wiring to take that from where it was over here and just move it that way. Now I did have to go partly in front of a stud. There was a small board in front of the stud, so I cut that over and then moved it there. I would just patch that with some drywall stuff, but once I run the stone out here, I'm going to run wood heading that way and heading this way. This outlet was already far enough over, so we don't need to worry about him. But now it's just a matter of Making sure I remember the size of my platform, building the platform. So I'm gonna tear up some carpet, put in some wood, screwing the Durocs to the wall where I want them, adding some other stuff, putting some lath on it, and then taking it from there. There's a couple things I'm adding into here to make it just work better for us and help us with heat and air circulation and a couple other things. And I'm probably also adding an external exhaust. Sorry, not an exhaust, but a draw, so that we're able to grab air from outside to feed this thing rather than through every nook and cranny around every door or window. So just move that over, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I've got a couple of the boards cut for the base, most of the back wall on the sides. I still got to get that angled front. Time to tear up the carpet, and I'll probably do a border, maybe a rock width around the edge of here too, just as an added safeguard. But right now it's up with the carpet, in with the base. We'll start framing that, then start in with our Duroc and put the lath on and go from there. So here I've got the main kind of Superman logo platform shape. Started adding some of the inner struts for support. We're going to put some plywood on top of it, and then also some of the concrete board back there. And I'm just going to add a little bit more so it's got some good rigidity, resting places on top, because there's going to be some weight on here, and we'll go from there. So that's going to support a good amount of it, but we're going to do some other stabilizers. Hey Bugger, can you show me how tough that is, how we can stand on it and it won't even fall apart? Right in the middle.
Yeah. No.
Yep, walk across like that. Yeah. See, you know, if it could hold a 3-year-old, there's a chance it could hold a wood stove. Whoa, baby! So, honestly, that's probably good enough, but I do got some extra pieces. So I think I'm going to put one here, here, and here. And then we'll work on the plywood. So that'll be the base. We'll get the plywood now. It's pretty much a 4 foot by 4 foot square, but it comes out 30 1/4 on this end. So we're just going to have a little over, whatever that'll be, 18 inches, a little under 18 inches, taken off the corner. And we'll set that on top. So we got this screwed on top. I just marked some lines of where my boards were beneath. And as soon as I got working, this little one here, sweet little bell pepper, saw that I was working. Every time I ran out of screw, I'd drill one in, or screw one in, and she'd hand me a new one. Every time. So she's not only willing to help, she's intuitive. Child, thank you. You're a good helper, thank you. You put those ones back because those are extra. Good girl, thank you. You clap? Yay! Oh, you got your baby ready to be a big sister? Can you clap? So one of the cool things about this project is that I planned it out quite some time ago and got all the resources. I got 6 of those sheets of Duroc, and they're about 5 by 3. Now this is a 4 by 8 or 4 by 4 with the corner cut off. Cool thing is, if I cut that 5 by 3 into these shapes and I use every last one of them, then this is my leftover piece. So not really much waste at all from that. And that is screwed down. I'm going to put some of this lath on top of it. And technically, I don't need to be doing everything I am doing, but I'm doing it all for a reason and kind of helping to make this as sturdy and serious as possible. So soon we can heat with wood. Are you excited?
Yep.
And cut down trees and burn wood?
Yeah.
And we probably don't need to cut any trees for a while, do we? Why not?
We already have like 10 piles.
There's a lot of wood out there, so I was just kind of happy with, if you notice, there's the big piece, and the piece we cut off of here fits there really good, and then we got a corner we cut off of there, a corner we cut off of there, and either one of them fits in there really good. So pretty cool. Kind of funny looking at this thing now, because some people will use Duroc or some sort of concrete board on a shower before they tile it. And in the corner with a little platform like that, this almost looks like a shower at the moment. I just got a little bit I'm going to add around the edge, although I probably don't have to. I'm still going to do it because I do have a little bit left. And then I'll use my last 2 boards on the front of here to have a space between them. But I'm going to get the bottom level in first, take care of what I need to there, and then we'll see what happens. Gaining confidence as I progress with this though, so that's good. So here's a really cool part about this too. I do still have 2 full sheets of Durock 5x3 that will be going in front in the corner. But there's not going to be any waste on those. Those will be whole pieces. So after adding everything I wanted to, even around the base, on the outside of the base, that one triangle from that first sheet on the top of here, and this 34.5 inch by about 5.5 inch section are going to be the only waste that I generated out of 6 full sheets of Durock. So I couldn't have really planned it any better, and I didn't really plan it, so that worked out very well. I'm going to put the lath on this whole base section now and get the rocks done at this level. I may also cut my trim off a little more because I'm laying down a row of rocks around that, but I may actually sort the actual rocks before I do that to make sure I got exactly what I need. Once this base level's down, then I'll put up the back, and there'll be about a foot of stuff at this level on each end, and there'll be the actual pieces in front of here, and there'll be a spacer where you get about an inch in between here, so this whole mass that'll be here can heat up and air can flow behind it. A couple of the rocks on the bottom are going to go tight to the wall, but they're going to have gaps in between them, so when I rest that other one on top of there and screw it an inch off that wall, the heat or the colder air gets sucked between there, warm up behind that heat mass, and then come out the top. That's part of the design, that's part of the goal, and we'll see how it goes. So there we are anyway with the first strip of it on. Looks good. Should get a good grip for the mortar. Set our rocks upon. We'll have to go load those up and get them all close here. But gonna do the same thing on the rest of this and probably make my trim do the same thing. I don't think I'm gonna run it up the wall yet for that last foot, but maybe I should. So I'll keep thinking about that. A lot of this stuff, even when I got home today, I started sorting a lot of it through my mind and trying to figure out how best to do it. Came up with a couple good solutions, so looking forward to the rest. So at the moment, except for that little corner down there, the first sheet of lath got all of that. I'm probably also going to do the strip around the outside and then maybe the foot on the end of each of these. But before I tear up more carpet, I'm going to go see what size rocks I'm working with and move my collection up to the house and then see if I have enough for this project or if I need to get more. So let's go outside. So here are some of the ones that I've got already by the house. But I think I'm going to grab maybe a pallet or two and then go load up a trailer load and bring some more to sort through and maybe organize them. Think that'll work, Bugger?
I'm gonna help with that.
Yeah. So this pile has been here in anticipation for a while now. We're going to put it somewhere better. There. Dropping the tailgate. Here's some of my work crew. You some of my work crew?
Yeah.
Ready to work?
Yeah.
Okay guys, we want to set these on there. We don't want to break anything. We're just going to kind of make layers and piles on there. Understand? So, honestly, when I looked at that little pile, it didn't seem like a lot. We still got a little ways to go. Hey, Pinky, would you bring that here? And if you look at it on a trailer, this is a good amount. So I'm really happy with this. Just want to make sure it's loaded evenly. We just got a bit to pull it. I guess I'll need a couple pallets to store these on. We'll kind of sort them by size to make sure you guys can get ones. And this is the only thing we found. We were thinking we'd probably see some reptiles, hoping for maybe a nice little snake. Oh, we did get a cocoon too. But this little brown skink was chilling down there waiting for warmer days, so we're going to let it go on the forest floor. And yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, there's a spine at the end.
Yeah, so we'll find a good place for that cocoon too.
And I found something else.
What did you find? Go get another one, Bugger. You're doing good.
I found, here he is.
Here he is?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Oh, she says this is the cutest baby acorn ever. Maybe it came from a miniature tree. Pretty cool. Don't wiggle. Is it wiggling?
No.
Sometimes they'll wiggle their tail around a bunch, but let's finish up because those boys are still working. So my wife now has a half an hour until she needs this truck, which means I have to be able to drop this trailer so she can go to a midwife appointment. So I've got to work quickly. I will not be recording any of this. I'll just show you a couple of sorted pallets when I get done. So it's true, I wasn't going to record any of that, but when I saw how quickly and beautifully this crew was working together, I wanted to capture the moment. I know some people appreciate seeing things like that, but we like documenting it too and reflecting back on it. So needed an extra board actually, but we kind of sorted them by size and shape. The bigger ones here, a bunch of middle ones here, all sorts of little ones of various shapes here, and we had so many of them and we don't want the stacks too deep. We added this board here, and then anything that was the misfits that we're definitely not using on this project, we're going to use on other ones. So we got that large pile. Mike, monster truck, go put your hand on that big rock there.
This one?
Yeah, just to show the size of that. You know, there is he next to that one. So that could actually be a front step one. I was going to make some rocks coming off the bottom of our steps too, but excellent job. Hey, great job. Thank you. You clap? Yeah, you did a great job. You give me a big thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
With the thumb up. There. Oh. There you go. Like this.
Two thumb up.
There you go. Now she's pointing the gun at me. Careful. All right. So that was really good. And we've got like 10 minutes to spare before Mama needs to leave, so I'll unhook the trailer. She can go, and I'll see what happens. Ready, Bugger?
Yeah.
Good work. Thank you guys.
Monster truck out.
Hey, check this out too. Yesterday was Sweet Pepper's birthday, so Pinky Pepper here knitted her this crown. You crocheted?
Yeah.
Crocheted this crown. Did you have a pattern?
No.
You just made it up and guessed the size of her head?
Yeah.
Yep, and it looks great. And she's still wearing it even though it's not her birthday anymore, so it's a keeper. Right, child? Do you like it? Yeah, looks like a crown with some jewels or flowers on top or something. Do you like it? All right. Look at these hard workers with that fruit of their labor, though. That is amazing. Thank you so much, children. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Ta-da! Ta-da!
Do another one. Ta-da! Ta-da! So we took some of our sorted piles. Now we have some 6s and 7. The 6s are going to be for the face of that, and the 7s are going to be for the border. So I'm just going to kind of lay them out, make sure I got a good plan, cut the carpet a little more, put some lath on the floor, and then maybe even start mudding. Maybe. Kind of easy to sort through them when they're all on piles and sizes, huh?
Yeah.
That make it easier?
Yeah.
So we'll see how this works. So that's a bunch of ones that are 7 inches. And I'm thinking if I just kind of cut around there, remove the carpet, add some lath, and maybe even get mudding on these today. I'm going to check the distance versus the 6 inches though. Because I'm not sure if these will be tight to the thing on the 6 inches standing on top of them, which is probably going to be the case because we're also going up a height on the next level. Or if I bring the 6 inches down to the ground and scoot these out a little bit. I'm thinking the first one's going to be the deal. But this can kind of give you an idea about how you can take something like this and make it look more like that center screen back there. And I'll get working on the wood stove and those jars of chicken broth in the lower right, sorry, the root cellar and those jars of chicken broth in the lower right corner can head somewhere like that. But something like that, only real stone, is the goal, so we're going to give it a shot. So I marked out and cut around those stones. Pinky Pepper cleaned up all the stones, and now she's making sure we get a smooth, dry surface. I'll cut the lath for these couple pieces left, and there's a little bit on the face right in front of Pinky's head. And then I may start mortaring these tonight. I don't know. Oops, I'm falling off the couch. But we're moving along on this project, which is encouraging. Pretty crazy. We'll see what happens. And you guys think we got enough rocks up here? We're going to need to head out to the creek and get some more.
I think we got enough. We might have enough, but...
Yeah, if you think about the size of 3 pallets, and if you put a pallet here and a pallet on that wall and a pallet on that wall, if they're all good, we've got enough, but we'll find out. So at this point, phase 1 of the lath is all the way done. Do the border, do the sides. Then I might do these columns and then the flat. And after that I'll put on my next guys and carry on from there. So I think I'm ready. I may mortar. But maybe we'll have to save that for the next video because this one's getting kind of long. In the next video, I will try not to begin every new scene with so, because I realize in the editing process that I do that. Not necessary, is it? Thanks for joining me. This is the only time I've ever done anything like this. We'll see how it goes. But so far, as some people have pointed out, I am building confidence and moving forward. So we'll see you next time. Papa out.